All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Cantor Marcos Live. It is Tuesday. We are getting ready for the holiday. If you're just joining us, welcome. Thanks so much for watching. We've got two cameras today. We've got our cooking cam and our main cam. And today's segment is Confused in the Kitchen with Cantor Marcos. This is by special request. People have said to me, you are known for being the best Passover chef in the entire universe. Why don't you show us how it's done? Show us why you have people lining up at your door to eat your Passover pancakes. None of what I just said is true, and none of what I'm about to tell you is true, because I have no idea how to use what's in front of me. If you see on the cooking cam, hello, look on the cooking cam, here we go. You see all the ingredients laid out. Now, these are Passover pancakes. What that means is, and of course I've got my Passover chef hat, what that means is that the ingredients that we are going to use today is all things that we are able to use on Passover. And so it cuts through any restriction. We've got almond flour. Now you can't see it because of the contrast, the way the color, whatever, is set up on the phone, but it's a little darker than regular flour. That's almond flour. There we go. And it's totally okay to use for Passover. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what you're going to need. Okay, we've got approximately 1 cup of almond flour. I did not measure it. I do not know. Take a look right there. Okay. We've got my secret ingredient, by the way. Nobody else uses this in their pancakes. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably not. But I use 1 tablespoon, because it says so, 1 tablespoon of yogurt. Could be any. If you want it flavored, great. I've been able to find plain yogurt that's kosher for Passover. I've not been able to find flavored. Anyway, you can use whatever you want. We've got an egg, which has been pre-cracked and scrambled. Got some salt, some sugar. I think there's some honey, but I wasn't able to find it. But anyway, all right, so stick with me. Here we go. You ready? The only problem is I have no idea what I'm doing. Joanna, how do you make a pancake? Well, I don't hear her. It's okay. We're going to figure this out together, okay? You and me. Let's see if anybody's posting in the comments. If you have a recipe, or if you know what I should be doing, please post in the comments, and I'll see, and I'll try to respond to you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take your almond flour. You're going to dump it in the bowl. Like that. How do I know that we dump it in the bowl? Because this is a scientifically proven way. It's called containment. It's called containment because what happens if you don't put it in the bowl, it goes all over the place. So this is specifically for containment. It's a cooking term that I picked up in culinary school. All right, now, this is water, okay? It is a clear liquid, as you can see. Now, we're going to mix it with the almond flour. But what we want to do is you want to take your strainer thing. Is this a strainer? Yes, it is. You want to take your strainer, okay? And it's very important to pour the water through the strainer because that really will eliminate, it'll filter out any of the pathogens that are in the water. And so that's what you want to do there. You want to make sure that you're really getting the water purified to the finest standards and pour it through this sifter, this drainer, whatever this is called. We're going to throw that in the sink because we don't need that anymore. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to add your yogurt. Bam! Yes. Here we go. A little splashage. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but what's the guy's name who does the salt thing where it goes? First of all, that is unsanitary, and it's just not practical because the salt is now all over, and the salt rolled off my arm hair into the bowl. Not sanitary, but I guess it makes you look cool, so you got to do one of these. Bam, right? All right. Now, a little sugar here. I don't know. Now, again, these are not exact measurements. You see them here on the cooking cam. We're going to dump the sugar in there. Throw that in the sink. We don't need the salt anymore. We're going to throw that over here. Now we have our egg, our pre-cracked egg. We're going to dump that in there. Now you can also substitute. You can use milk. You can use water. You can use yogurt. Anything to really emulsify it and calcify it and spotify it. Very important. You want to be able to spotify your food. This is a technical term that we use in cooking. Now, it seems as if this is a little bit on the liquidy side. I don't know if you can see on the cam there. Can you see on the cooking cam, our special cooking cam? That's right. It is a special edition of Cantor Marcos Live. It is the Confused in the Kitchen segment. I think we got to cook these. All right. By the way, did you get all the ingredients? Everybody watching? Everybody watching? Here, I'll show you on the cooking cam. All right. It's almond flour, water, tablespoon of any kind of yogurt you want to use, sugar, salt, some honey, which I couldn't find, maybe a little vanilla. Is that kosher? It's got to be kosher for Passover. I don't know. I don't do a lot of cooking, but that's okay. All right, now, once it is whisked, we've got to get our spatula ready. Our spatula, from the Greek spatulas, having to do with flipping, of course. In ancient Roman times, the Romans would use their spatulas as weapons. Yes, they would be to flip their enemy over and to roast them. So now we're gonna fire up the oven. Joanna, how do you turn on the oven? All right, Joanna says, there we go. Try not to. All right. So we're going to let this is just, I don't know if it's butter, oil, there's something in there. It's supposed to make them here. If you can see it can you see it on our cooking cam? There you go. We're just going to mix that around, let it fire up for a bit. All right. And then so now we're going to take all of our ingredients that we just laid out. We're going to mix it up in the bowl, whisk, 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 whisk. This is a very liquidy pancake. The only problem is I do not have any more almond flour, or not that I have accessible anyway. So we are going to make, this is now this is a pancake, kosher for Passover pancake souffle. Souffle, that's what you want to do. You really want to make sure that you're getting in there with the whisk, if you can see on the cooking cam, right? You want to just mix it up. That way it's nice and ready to go. All right, I think our oven is hot. And so we're just going to pour it in. We're just going to pour the entire batter, because you really want to make sure that you get one nice big round pancake, or in this case, what's going to be more maybe like a pudding, some kind of a pudding, and then you leave that cooking at about 793 degrees for 16 hours. So tomorrow, we'll come back here and we'll reassess where we're at. We may need to add some almond flour. We may need to add something else. By the way, if you've got a favorite Passover recipe, why don't you let me know in the comments? That way I can include them, and that way everybody can see how to make things. If you have a tip for me in the kitchen, something that you'd like me to make. I mean, I know this is really looking, I don't know if you can see this here, but let's zoom in there on the cam. All right, you see that is cooking just wonderfully. I mean, it's bringing out all the rich aromas in the pancake. It's really allowing those aromatic flavors to just come on through. And so we're just going to keep mixing. Now, you want to make sure that you're mixing in a clockwise motion, because pancakes can tell time, and so can the stove. And so it's very important. See, if you go this way, the pancake will be confused. It'll be confused, and it won't know how to maneuver. So I'm almost done here with our pancakes. You see on the cooking cam how nice that is looking. Wow, that is it's like a pancake pudding, a Passover pancake pudding. Now, here's what I want to say, and this is probably the most important message. All right, the cooking cam is still up there. One of the most important messages: it doesn't matter what you make, it matters how you make it, and that is with love. And of course, everyone in the family will now gather around and eat this. This is what I'm serving for lunch. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. And then if you do get upset, we bribe you. If you're 2 or 3 years old, we bribe you until you eat the pancake. No, I will not serve this to my children. But this, my friends, is a kosher for Passover. Let's get that. Let's zoom it in there. Boom, on the cooking cam. And we are ready to go. That looks absolutely delicious. And now, my friends, we are going to taste this. You want to make sure that you get a metal fork, because the metal will really absorb the heat, right? And you want the whole experience. So you want your fingers to be warm and hot while you're eating the pancake. It's not enough to burn your mouth. You also have to burn your fingers with the metal fork. And so, B'tei Avon, you catch that cooking cam? We're going to taste this now. That is that's really good. I mean, I can eat this, for. Okay, well, anyway, listen, if you guys have recipes that you want me to make, stuff in the kitchen you want me to do, I'm happy to do it. We got ingredients, we got almond flour, we got eggs. What can't you make? Anything for Passover is that. So I will leave you with this thought, guys. Enjoy this time with your family, okay? Have fun in the kitchen. Bring your kids in here. One of the things that we love to do with Isaac, who's 3, and of course, Robert, who's a baby, he's 6 months old, he just kind of watches, but they can get involved too. But one of the things that we love to do is just invent stuff. It doesn't matter if it's a cup or a tablespoon, it just matters that they're getting involved and they're getting their hands dirty, and of course, wash their hands before. But you want them to have fun. You want them to mix, and it's okay if the flour falls on the floor. It's okay if the water falls on the floor. it's always you're always able to clean it up. And so that's the message. Enjoy this time. Have fun with your kids. Have fun with your families. All right, that's the kosher for Passover pudding. It is actually not bad, I must say. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Thank you for watching this episode of Cantor Marcos Live, Confused in the Kitchen. We will be back not on Thursday because Thursday is still the holiday, but we will be back next Tuesday. Probably not from my kitchen, probably from our basement, but I will see you then. Have a very happy, continue to have a meaningful Passover, happy Passover. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.